Hi everyone, this is Ariel, one half of Soju4two, and I'm here doing another Soju4two interview at the Coffee Bean in Sindang on line 2, the green line. That's also the same as my Shinchon line. And I'm going to be interviewing my friend Maggie, and we have a lot of questions for her today, but I'm also going to leave her blog and Instagram info below, and as always, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know, and I'll try to do my Soju4two Q&A later on in the month, and we can get to your questions then. You've been in Korea for almost 2 years now. Have you discovered any passions that were new, something you didn't know you loved before you got here, or have you rediscovered some things?
Two things. One,
yes.
Bubble tea. Bubble tea it's not really a passion. That's an obsession.
It could be a passion.
I am passionate about bubble tea and how delicious it is. Yeah, we'll leave that at that. And two,
enough said.
Jiu-jitsu. I didn't do jiu-jitsu at home. I had some friends that had done it, some family members, but one of my teammates one day said, well, you play rugby, you should try it. I kept saying, no, I don't want to do it. And then she said, yeah, you're right, you'd be horrible at it. Reverse psychology. So I tried it. Yeah, and I love it. I think it's unlike anything I've ever done. It's a good challenge for my mind and for my body. And yeah, I think I spend most of my time doing it now.
I gave you 20,000 won, it's basically $20. What would you spend it on in Seoul? You can think about this when we come back to it.
Bubble tea.
Okay, bubble tea. Now, do you have a specific flavor that you prefer?
Taro.
Ah, taro. So taro's
like
root vegetable?
It's
similar like a sweet potato?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's delicious. It doesn't really taste like sweet potato, but
I think it looks like it, but it's purple, right?
I just like it because it's purple, and I get to walk around drinking it, and there's tapioca balls in it.
What's that like?
Definitely bubble tea.
Do you have a brand that you like?
No,
okay.
I am not picky at all. Like, if it's food, I'll eat it most of the time. If it's bubble tea, I'll definitely drink it. Bubble tea. This is a really hard question. Oh, recently, those little headbands with the pipe cleaners in them that tie.
The like ones that you can make
this? Yes. I'd buy a couple of those.
Nice. Socks
in the subway station.
I love subway socks.
Yes.
Why don't we have those in America?
They're really cheap. They're super colorful.
They're pretty.
And kamjatang.
Ah, kamjatang.
Yes, which is, if you don't know, it's a spicy potato soup, but really there's not much potato in it. It's more pork spine and cabbage and sesame and deliciousness.
Deliciousness. Yeah. Really good. I remember the first time though I had it, I was like, this is a vertebra. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I think it's a little culture shocky. It's not like your intro. It's not your intro to Korea food, but it's amazing.
Definitely.
Do you have any standout best teaching moments?
Absolutely. My best moment, well, for people who don't know, a lot of schools in Korea don't necessarily separate special education classes from the rest of the classes. I have one student who's autistic. I actually think he's higher functioning than I think he is. He's pretty quiet most of the time. But we were doing an activity in one of my classes where they had to throw a giant ball of yarn around and make a web. And the kids were arguing and they were all fighting and everybody was getting frustrated. And I told them at the end of the web, you have to completely untangle this web and you have to remember the answer that everybody gave before you. So it's a giant spider web, they have to untangle it. They're yelling at each other, they're getting frustrated. This kid who never ever talks and who gets made fun of quite a bit jumped right in the middle and was like, guys, this activity is about teamwork. That's the point. If we're fighting, I mean, not with this level of English, but if we're fighting, nothing's gonna happen. Climbs right in the middle, starts like winding up the yarn, holding the yarn, like moving pieces here and there and teaching people how to go over and under. And at the end of class, one of my
I'm like starting to cry too.
One of my students who is a bit of a bully, like he's a bit of a bully most of the time, went up to him and was just high-fived him and was like, that was awesome and I'm really sorry that I've been so mean to you. And I was just sorry. I was so proud. It's one of those moments where it's like, I'm really proud of the people that you're turning into. And to see that is really, really, oh god, it's really nice.
You have that effect on them that you made this moment happen, that they could bond.
Yeah, they definitely have that effect on me too.
Yeah.
Like there are things that I learn from them every day just as much as they learn from me, I think. So
it's amazing.
They're awesome. Yeah.
encountered a lot of concerns about racism and things like that. Do you find that in the classroom that even those little moments that you have with them teaching about culture, does that make a difference, or do you feel like it's an uphill battle? I know it's a big question.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it has to make a difference because I think if you don't address it, you have issues. Like I have some students who've never seen black people before, and like my dad is black, and my dad is very dark. And I remember putting a picture on the screen of my family, and them pointing at the screen, a student pointing at the screen and saying, "Dirty, dirty skin," and my co-teachers just kind of glazed over it. And I remember being shocked and not knowing how to deal with it, and feeling myself getting really angry and getting ready to yell. And then I thought, okay, I need to figure out first off, where did he get that from?
Yeah.
Why does he feel that way about it, and why does he think it's acceptable to say? Has he just heard someone say that? Does he know that's not all right? So I spend a lot of time kind of breaking things down for my kids and letting them know what they mean. It's really easy to get angry. It's too easy to get angry. And if we just get angry and with anybody and don't explain things, no one ever understands what they're doing, I think. So I spend a lot of time trying to do that with them. I think they're getting better.
If you could go back in time 2 years ago when you arrived here, what advice would you give yourself?
Read.
Okay.
Don't get on the wrong subway. Don't get too drunk and lose your wallet in a cab.
Been there.
A lot. And I think when I got here, don't be afraid to. For me, this is weird, but I was scared of buses for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I was scared that I'm gonna get on and I'm not gonna know how to use it. I'm gonna put in the wrong amount of money. Someone's gonna yell at me. But the subway wasn't so intimidating because it was an individual thing. With the bus, I had to make contact with people. I'm not a shy person, but the bus is intimidating. Ride the bus, Maggie. It's awesome. You get to see things. I prefer it to the subway now. So.
Okay, awesome. So remember, everyone take the bus. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Maggie, for the interview.